let's get spooky one last time before I put up the Christmas trees. Hey BookTube friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to recap the 3 books that I read over the last weekend of the Halloween Readathon. The first book I want to talk about is The Grip of It by Jack Gimk. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that author's last name correctly, so I apologize if I'm not. But this cover just drew me in. There's something so unsettling and manic about this writing that it made me curious to read this story. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but if I move the cover in the light, you should be able to see some faces and some drawings, which actually plays into the plot. So this is not your traditional haunted house story. This book was very psychological and it was very literary. It was easy to read. There were very short chapters, so I really flew through this book. And I did feel like I was in the heads of the characters. So we do get 2 different points of view. Julie and James, they're a couple that has just experienced a bit of strain on their relationship because James's gambling addiction was revealed. They have now moved to a house away from the city. They've gotten a really great deal on this house, and they start noticing little noises, drawings appear on the wall, there is an awful smell, and bruises start to appear on Julie's body. So there are not a lot of cheap scares in this book. It is an extremely psychological book. You really feel like you are starting to question the characters, you're starting to question the house, you're starting to question the neighbor, because there also is a storyline involving a nosy neighbor. So there's a bit of history there. The book really does a great job of building this tension in the house, and it also reflects the tension I think that is present in Julie and James's relationship. This is one of those books that when I finished reading it, I just kind of sat there for a while because I wasn't really sure how to interpret the ending. I think there are several ways it could be interpreted, and the older I get, the more I like books like that. I used to be the type of reader who wanted every question answered. I didn't want any ambiguity or mystery, and now I really appreciate a well-crafted story that leaves a little bit to your imagination, even at the end. The next 2 books that I read are actually horror novellas, and I saw these 2 on Kelly's channel over at Kelly Hooked on Books, so I will link her channel in the description box. But the first one is #ThightGap by Chandler Morrison, and since these 2 are novellas, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about the stories, but this story is absolutely horrifying. It's pretty graphic and disturbing because it reflects, I think, a good bit of reality and the horrific nature of body dysmorphia and the disease of anorexia. So our main character, she is a model who has earned a lot of success, but unfortunately that success has been tied to her extreme weight loss. And in this book we see how haunted she is, literally and figuratively, and we see her disease kind of play out. It was really sad to read how the people around the main character really kind of fed into her disease as well. So a very disturbing read. I don't want to say I enjoyed it, but it was a very different horror novella for me, and it really, I think, gives a peek inside the torment of that sort of disease. The last novella is This Is Where We Talk Things Out by Caitlin Marceau, and this book is interesting because we're dealing with a mother-daughter relationship, and it is extremely complicated and dysfunctional. This mother is trying to reconnect with her estranged daughter after the father has passed away, and so she's really trying to repair her family, we think. And this reunion is going to take place at a very isolated cabin during a really terrible snowstorm. And so this book really made me feel claustrophobic. It's one of those books that you're going to want to finish in one sitting. And I don't want to say too much about it, but you know, it can make childhood memories seem super creepy. And it really reminded me of another iconic horror story. And I won't say what it is because then that would kind of give a lot of it away. But I would say for this one, don't read the back. If you're going to read this one, don't read the back of the book. Don't watch any other reviews about it. Just go into it and enjoy. So that's all I've got. If you guys read anything spooky over Halloween, please let me know in the comments. And I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.